This video is brought to you by Squarespace. Here at Simply Aviation, our mission is to share first-hand, no-nonsense reviews of as many airlines as possible. And today, we're taking you along on a new airline, the 233rd airline covered on our channel, Zipair. If you've never heard about Zipair, that's probably because they only commenced operation in 2020. Zipair is a new Japanese low-cost airline and a wholly owned subsidiary of Japan Airlines. Their aim is to offer affordable international flights to and from Japan by cutting out the elaborate service elements of their parent company. They state their mission as to be, and I quote, "the new basic airline that defines a new standard that is neither a full-service carrier nor a low-cost carrier." But personally, I would say in the general sense they are what you'd probably call a low-cost carrier, especially compared to the big airlines in Asia. You see, major East Asian carriers, including Japan's two main airlines, All Nippon Airways and Japan Airlines, are known for being amongst the best in the world. But their elaborate meals, plentiful amenities, and world-class cabins come at a cost not just to the airline, but to the passengers. So to offer a more competitive product, particularly to younger travelers who prefer a couple $100 extra to spend at their destination instead of eye shades and free whiskey on their flight, these airlines have started to invest in low-cost subsidiaries. Japan Airlines with Zipair, and ANA will launch its low-cost subsidiary Air Japan in 2024. That leaves the question, how much did they cut? And at the end of the day, do they offer a good value for money? Well, I think they do, and here's why. Aviation geeks and frequent flyers, welcome to this new episode of our review series Brutally Honest. My name is David, and today I'm taking you along on a trip across the Pacific Ocean from Los Angeles, California to Tokyo's Narita Airport in economy class on Zipair. I'm at the Sheraton Hotel at LAX right now, enjoying the beautiful morning lighting over the airport. Before we head over to the terminal, let's have a brief look at what booking a journey on Zipair looks like. I booked this flight around 3 months ahead, as is visible in the pricing information, which we include in every single one of our videos for transparency. When booking a flight on Zipair, you can really go as far as to just get the flight ticket and nothing else. But you can add services and products to your journey as you desire, such as amenity kits, hot meals, or just seat reservations and luggage. You can also pre-order souvenir cookies, which is very common in Japan where souvenirs from trips are almost always edible. That's why around major tourist attractions in Japan you'll find huge selections of cookies, shortbreads and whatnot, but might have trouble finding something as basic as a fridge magnet or postcard. But what I find a bit bizarre is that they also offer you $50 super absorbent sanitary shorts. Okay? I'm not going to test those today, although I'm sure you'd love to see it. So, Amenity Kit it is. These add-ons can be bought individually or as one of 3 package deals, from value to biz to premium. I wanted to go full out today to be able to show you everything except the sanitary shorts, so premium it is. On the seat map, the airline also gives you detailed information about the restrictions of some seats, which I find very thoughtful. With that, we've got our $400 one-way ticket, including a 23-kilogram checked bag, a carry-on, a seat reservation, 1 hot meal, and an amenity kit. If you only went for a checked bag, you could probably shave off $50 to $100 from this. So overall, a very good price. However, I took this flight off-season, where you'll often find US carriers offering very competitive fares as well. Last year, I flew from San Francisco to Tokyo on United on a ticket that was just $250. Make sure to check out that episode of Brutally Honest as well. And you'll find Delta offering amazing fares too sometimes, which I made use of on my flight back from Tokyo to LA on their Airbus A330neo. That review and many more are coming to our channel soon, so make sure you're subscribed to see them all and make the best decision when booking your journey. So without further ado, let's head over to the terminal and let's get going. Zipair, like most international carriers at LAX, uses TBIT, the Tom Bradley International Terminal. Few intercontinental flights leave that early in the morning, so the terminal isn't all that busy yet. Since I also always go to the airport way too early because I'm an aviation nerd, check-in was done within minutes too, and we're already off to security. TBIT is amongst my favorite airport terminals in the world. I find the architecture to be stunning, it's large enough to accommodate the huge amounts of passengers, and it has single glass, clean windows, offering a fantastic view over what probably amounts to one of the most colorful mixes of airlines you'll find on any airport in the world. This Airbus A380 of Qantas has just arrived from Sydney, and is now being moved to a remote stand where it'll spend the whole day until it operates the 10:30 p.m. flight back down to Australia. Did you know Qantas operates so many flights to Los Angeles, and all of those planes spend the entire day here, that they operate a maintenance hangar here at LAX so they can do maintenance work during the day. And that hangar even has jet bridges. That's so cool. There's so many little things to discover in the world of aviation. I love it. Anyway, here's our ride across the Pacific. JA824J, a 2012 built Boeing 787-8, one of the oldest Boeing 787s out there, as it is line number 27. As of May 2023, Zipair has a fleet of 6 Boeing 787-8s, 5 of which are older ones that used to fly for Japan Airlines, and one that is brand new, which was just delivered this year. You can fly on Zipair from their hub at Tokyo's Narita Airport down to Singapore and Bangkok, over to Seoul, and to their 4 US destinations: Honolulu, San Francisco, San Jose, and Los Angeles. From July, they'll also fly to Manila. All their planes have a brand new 2-class configuration, meaning that you can't tell the difference between the older and the newer Dreamliners by their cabin. They're all new. In the front, you'll find a low-cost business class with 18 lie-flat herringbone seats in a 1-2-1 configuration, featuring the Japanese-made Jumco Venture seats. This is a really interesting concept, as Zipair's business class offers state-of-the-art seats, but no service at all. No lounge access, no extra luggage, no priority anything, no meals. You just get a super comfortable seat at a really good price, starting at as little as $1,000 one way from Los Angeles to Tokyo. Instantly notable across the entire cabin is the black carpet, which looks fantastic, but it would highlight even the tiniest bit of dirt immediately. So you can see, as with all Japanese carriers, the cabin is spotless. Zipair's regular economy class consists of 272 seats in a 333 configuration, which is the standard on almost all Dreamliners. Zipair opted for the Recaro CL3710 seats, which are amongst the best long-haul economy class seats on the market. My seat on this 11.5-hour Trans-Pacific flight is $49K. Each seat has a headrest which can be adjusted vertically as well as on the sides. Being 180 centimeters tall, the legroom is very good. In front of you, you'll find a seat back pocket with these little extra pockets, which I find super useful. A personal universal power outlet plus a USB port offering fast charging is installed as well. In contrast to Singaporean low-cost carrier Scoot, which I got to fly last year, the power ports on Zipair are free to use and don't cost extra to activate like they do on Scoot. There's also a tray table, which can be used half-opened or fully opened. And here you have the crew call button and the switch for the overhead reading light. A tablet and cup holder is installed too, which is very useful, especially because this plane does not feature personal entertainment screens, neither in economy nor in business class. Coat hooks are available too, and the seats offer standard recline. I personally enjoy the basic yet elegant design of the cabin, which kind of reminds me of Japanese business hotels, which follow a similar concept: clean, elegant, comfortable, but cheap due to reduced amenities. As you could see, blankets and pillows, for example, are not provided on Zipair. Now we're getting ready to depart, and since there are no video screens, the crew does manual safety demonstrations on Zipair.
Place a foot on your nose and mouth and secure your mouth when leaving the aircraft. 十分に膨らまないときはチューブから息を吹き込みます。Additional inflation is possible by blowing it
climbing out of Los Angeles, it's time to settle in for the flight. Luckily, it's not nearly full today, and we got the entire row to ourselves. Streaming services like Netflix and Disney Plus and even YouTube Premium allow you to download content to your device, which I always recommend you do regardless of airline. Even if your carrier has an entertainment system, maybe the content selection doesn't suit you or it doesn't work, which also happens. But here's something you probably didn't expect. Zipair offers free Wi-Fi. Free Wi-Fi. Unlimited free Wi-Fi, which is fast enough to even stream something online for every passenger for the entire flight. There is hardly even a full-service carrier which offers free Wi-Fi, let alone on an oceanic flight. Because on flights like this one, satellite coverage is limited and access to them is expensive, which is a cost airlines usually pass on to the passengers by charging for Wi-Fi. Not Zipair though. You can stay connected the entire flight with our state-of-the-art Panasonic EX Connect Ku-band satellite connectivity system. In addition to that, there is a selection of movies and TV shows you can stream to your device for free as well. Amazing. Honestly, if airlines started providing this instead of personal entertainment screens, like provide a tablet holder, personal power ports, as well as fast, unlimited free Wi-Fi, I am honestly very much okay with not having a personal entertainment screen. What do you guys think? Let me know in the comments. Cruising above us there is Hawaiian Airlines Flight 7 from Las Vegas to Honolulu. Before lunch is served, let's have a look at the Amenity Kit. As you might remember, it was part of the premium package I booked, and the flight attendant just handed them out. We've got a normal plastic shopping bag, which included a super soft blanket. And remember, we paid for it, so we get to keep the blanket. There were also these very high quality eye shades, which even had an adjustable strap. A pair of earplugs in this cute Zipair branded plastic case, as well as a pair of black slippers. And a blow-up neck pillow. If bought separately, Zipair charges 2,500 yen for this, which at the current exchange rate is around $18 US. That's honestly not a bad deal. I've seen airlines charge 10 to 15 bucks for the blanket alone. And if you fly Zipair on a return flight, you can just bring all of that stuff with you again, which doubles the value you get out of it. Throughout the entire flight, you can order snacks and beverages through the in-flight Wi-Fi. In contrast to other low-cost carriers, the flight attendants don't do scheduled services. If you want something, you can order it through the Wi-Fi anytime and also pay using your credit or debit card through the same portal. Zipair does not accept cash. And the prices, I would say, are very fair too. A half-liter bottle of water is 250 yen, which at the current exchange rate as of May 2023 is around $1.70, or $3.40 per liter. Compare that to my flight on Singapore Airlines low-cost subsidiary Scoot last year, where you got 0.33 liter bottles for 3 Singapore dollars each. Converted to US dollars, that's a per liter price of $6.60, almost double as much as Zipair's $3.40 per liter. Still though, it's better to just bring a large water bottle with you, which you fill up at the airport, which is no problem at all with Zipair. You can test yourself through multiple kinds of beverages, both alcoholic and non-alcoholic, as well as a nice selection of cup noodles. There's only a very limited number of hot meals available for purchase during the flight, so I would recommend you pre-order it before the flight, like I did. And that's our lunch now. Hayashi beef with turmeric rice. Hayashi rice is a popular Japanese Western-style dish. You see, Japanese cuisine has plenty of foreign dishes which were adapted over the decades to fit Japanese taste, and this is one of them. Hayashi rice, or hashed beef rice, is a dish consisting of beef, onions and mushrooms in a thick demi-glace sauce often made with red wine. And it was delicious. Also, look at how generous this portion size is. It's huge. You can also tell it was freshly made just days or hours before the flight and not a shelf-stable microwavable meal like what you'll find on Scoot. A half-liter bottle of water was provided alongside it. Overall, a very tasty, high-quality dish I would say is very much worth its price. Now, the windows are darkened, although the controls are not locked. The LED mood lighting gives the cabin a very comfy feeling. The lavatories on Zipair are very standard. You'll find a baby changing table, some hand sanitizer, regular soap. The Japanese bidets, which they actually have aboard ANA and Japan Airlines planes, are unfortunately not available on Zipair. Before landing, I was craving a little snack, so I decided to give the Japan Airlines branded Udon De Sky a chance. They're just 300 yen, or around $2.20. These cup noodles are offered on Japan Airlines long-haul flights as an optional snack between meal services to business and premium economy passengers, and were created together with Nissin Foods to create a type of cup noodles which taste great, particularly when on an airplane. I love how it was served on a tray with a little refreshing tissue, chopsticks, and this paper contraption holding it in place so it doesn't tip over during turbulence. Look at how the kamaboko, the fish cake which you'll often find accompanying a soup dish in Japan, has an airplane shape in it. It was very, very tasty. I'm not yet a cup noodle connoisseur, as I mostly stick with the very basic ones from the kombini, but this was one of the best I've ever tried. I highly recommend you give it a try as well when traveling on Japan Airlines or Zipair. With that, it's already time to start our descent into Tokyo. And I gotta say, I'm very, very impressed with Zipair. Two things that probably influenced my judgment here I need to mention. First, my flight on Scoot last year from Berlin to Singapore. That was also a flight on a Boeing 787, also a low-cost subsidiary of a high-quality legacy carrier, but one that was considerably less comfortable. So my expectation for Zipair was similar to what that flight was like, which was quite honestly easy to surpass. The second thing is that I had an entire row to myself on this flight, which makes any long-haul flight a lot more comfortable. But even when keeping those two things in mind, it was an objectively very good flight. The value for money is good, the crew is very professional, as one is used to in Japan. The cabin was spotless, very modern, with plenty of great features. Legroom was good, the pricing of the in-flight service elements is very fair, the free Wi-Fi is incredible. All of this, overall, makes Zipair the first low-cost long-haul carrier I wholeheartedly am willing to recommend to everyone. Even if you dislike low-cost carriers, I think you'd have an okay time on Zipair. One last little disadvantage is that we've just landed at Narita Airport. You see, Tokyo has two airports, Haneda, which is very close to the city center, and Narita, which is around an hour's train ride outside the city. This adds around $5 to $30 to your trip each way, depending on whether you take a slow local train or the fast Narita Express to the city center. So with that, welcome to Tokyo everyone. I hope you've enjoyed this video. If you did, please consider supporting our mission to provide honest, no-nonsense reviews by subscribing to our channel and leaving a like on this video. If you want to see what Japanese domestic flights are like and what amazing unique things make those flights more fun than they would be in other countries, feel free to check out last week's episode of Brutally Honest, flying aboard ANA's -8 Q400. Thank you for watching and coming along, and special thanks to Squarespace for sponsoring today's video. Squarespace is a platform where you can build your own website. It gives people a powerful and beautiful online platform from which to create your website. Whether you own a business you want to promote, start a blog about your passions, or simply have information and content to share, Squarespace offers a myriad of base designs to start off from to create your little corner of the internet. Squarespace's integrated blogging tools allow you to connect to your audience by including your own social media posts on your website, draft and schedule blog posts, send out email newsletters, and you can even keep content behind a members-only gate. And when you have a product to share with the world, you can use Squarespace's built-in inventory management, bookkeeping, promotion, and online shop operating systems. Design your website on Squarespace today as a free trial, and when you're ready to launch, go to squarespace.com/simplyaviation for 10% off your first purchase of a website or domain name. Thanks to sponsors like Squarespace and viewers like you, we're able to continuously expand our library of airlines. I'll see you again next week for a new episode, and until then, safe travels.